in the one space is the formal sector, where I think other African countries like Kenya, like Nigeria, like Ghana have taken the step a lot quicker than us in terms of making it compulsory for formal sector employees to contribute to an approved retirement savings vehicle. But it's on the informal sector side where other African countries have got much larger informal sectors compared to South Africa, where you really see that innovation coming through. And also what's interesting is that often it's the government there that's busy driving this change. They come up with the idea, they set up the initial vehicle, then they get the private sector involved. So what's also exciting is to see the public-private partnerships that are working in those other African countries. And I think that we have examples of this working in South Africa, and I think that we should also be trying to do that further. So in other African countries, you have these micro pensions that have been set up, and the micro pension design is very similar to two pots. We're very excited in South Africa about two pots, but in actual fact, for the informal sector, those sorts of products have existed before COVID, before the COVID pandemic hit. It was already existing in other countries where it would become automated. So the longest example that's been around is when you buy airtime, so you buy credit for your cell phone, it's set up linked to a micro pension policy so that maybe 10% of what you're purchasing is going through to this micro pension product. And maybe 60% of that goes into a compulsory preservation pot, while 40% is going into an accessible pot where you can access it after a certain period of time. So you shopping, you're needing to phone your girlfriend or your wife, you're buying the airtime in the shop, and you're not even realizing that you're saving at the same time. And often this has been set up through different associations of informal sector workers, market traders, for example. They've negotiated something with the private sector provider, and so they've set it up in such a way that's also cost effective for the individuals there. So that's that default arrangement where you don't even think about it. After 6 months to a year, you look back and you realize, oh wait, I've got some money in my accessible pot that I can now take and spend and go and buy something nice for my wife. And I don't even worry about the fact that I've got this compulsory preservation pot of 60% because I'm happy that's still there for my retirement. So I think we in South Africa, we should look at that example. Even though we've got a smaller informal sector, it's still large compared to other countries in the developed world. So we still have this opportunity to do more for our informal sector workers. We've got a really good, important state old age grant, and a lot of the people depend on the state old age grant, but it's an opportunity for them to save more towards their retirement so that they can get more than just the state old age grant.